governor was in Brooklyn Park Thursday to talk manufacturing.
Most of us, if you're of a certain age and look like me, we were told coming out of high school that manufacturing jobs would be gone, that they would be overseas, that would be it, and that you needed to think about something in service. And we ended up creating a situation, and again, I say this as the father of an 18-year-old and a 13-year-old, where parents were convinced they had to send their kids to a four-year school even if they had no damn idea what they wanted to study. Just go get a four-year degree.
Governor Walz says that mentality created a market where manufacturing companies have trouble finding workers because not enough young people went to tech schools. He spoke at the Minnesota Manufacturing Conference where organizers agree. One told us there's a shortage of over 100,000 manufacturing workers in the state, and that number is going to get larger before long as older workers retire.
Many manufacturers are still very busy, but they're short on talent and trying to figure out how to fill open gaps that have been there for a few years, and so really just figuring out ways to find new talent and then also train them and retain them and get them to a certain skill level to partially replace some of the retirees that are going to be leaving the workforce in the coming years.
Kalina says manufacturers are trying everything from increasing wages to offering free or reduced cost training to get people into the manufacturing workforce. Brooklyn Park police are looking for two people that robbed a business on the city's east side. Employees of a business near Highway 252 and 85th Avenue were closing for the night on Wednesday when the robbers entered. The robbers directed employees to the basement and stole an undisclosed amount of cash. Police set up a perimeter and used a canine but could not locate the robbers. The case remains under investigation. In Crystal, a fire badly damaged a home, making it no longer livable. It happened shortly before 8 p.m. Wednesday in the 4800 block of Hampshire Avenue. Everyone inside made it out safely. Authorities say the fire appears to have started on the kitchen stove. They say it serves as an important reminder of being careful when cooking with grease. The MEA school break is a perfect time to visit a local pumpkin patch. Eric Nelson visits one that's been around for 14 years.
At Dean's Pumpkin Patch in Dayton, all roads lead to fun.
Yeah, it gets better every year, a little bit more, a little bit, add more things.
Dean's is a magical place that has a magnetic tug on kids and parents, especially over a long MEA weekend.
It's just a great family-owned spot. We've been coming here for years, and the kids love to play in the corn maze and the bouncy houses, and picking their own pumpkins is one of our favorite traditions.
Pumpkins are Dean's trademark. There are thousands of these bright orange orbs sitting in a 20-acre field.
Yeah, I guess what brings us out is a pick your own patch. You can grab a wagon, go out in the patch, spend a couple hours out there looking for your perfect pumpkin.
Farming is the Dean family's forte, but there is more to this place than pumpkins. They provide agritainment too.
It's more of a festival type of thing these days, so that's for sure.
From a hayride to a giant slide to bounce houses, Dean's has an abundance of options.
Yeah, a ton.
Dean's also has a reputation for being corny. The corn maze is a popular spot, and the corn pit is always a hit.
Any age goes in that, and then you go home and find corn in all sorts of fun places.
It is like to play. It's like a big sandbox, but you don't get dirty.
There is a certain charm to Dean's. Doing all this cool stuff beneath the wide open sky is good for the soul.
Gets the kids off tablets, TV, electronics. They're just excited to get out and run around.
You're right on the edge of town, but you're 5 minutes from Maple Grove, so you're right on the. Exactly. Feels like you're out in the country, but you're not.
I hope they stick around because it's awesome. I want to keep coming for many more years.
The fun and games here at Dean's will last until Halloween, and then the pumpkin patch will shut down for the season. In Dayton, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
A former rapper turned animal advocate is sharing his love for furry felines at a local elementary school. Reporter Sonny Goins explains why he specifically targets diverse communities.
So trap like you know it.
They call him the Cat Trap King.
So trap like you know it.
Sterling Davis put his professional rap career on hold.
I hear people saying trapping ain't hot.
And is now singing a new tune to a group of second graders at Earle Brown Elementary.
I'm gonna save them.
The Atlanta rapper switched careers while working a temp job.
Snip, snip, ear tip.
At an animal shelter.
I be making moves.
During that time, he noticed not too many men or blacks were involved with animal shelters.
And when I went in, they were like, we've never seen somebody like you
doing this. Can you stay? All right, Marvin, Trap King for a day. Y'all see the cover, right?
He's trying to change that perception. He started a nonprofit called Trap King Humane Solutions
So that's Marvin with the kitty.
and travels the country spreading his message about cat compassion.
Hopefully some of the young guys, they see my relationship with my cat, see my nails, and understand that you don't lose cool points for compassion. They need to get...
Davis talks about preventing diseases and cat overpopulation.
What I do is I catch the cats, I get them spayed, neutered, and vaccinated, and then I return them back to their colony.
Dispelling myths about cats is a key talking point.
Poisonous cats? What? Does anybody else here think cats are poisonous?
Students love Davis's cat, Demita Joe.
Demita, what you got to say to everybody?
Davis ended the session by showing students how to keep feral felines warm during the winter by building a shelter.
The kids are just going to make them today. We put styrofoam around here to insulate it, and then we'll put hay on the inside.
Davis says he hopes the children will see the relationship he has with his cat and passes that compassion on to their communities and families.
If it's about cats, then we still same team.
In Brooklyn Center, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
From the heart, because it's all about bringing everybody.
In New Hope, it's not only trick or treat, it's also trick or trot. Little Ghosts and Goblins had a fun time exploring the spooky trail at Northwood Park Wednesday night. We leave you with some of the sights and sounds.
When they started, they were sprinting right away. That's turned into, okay, I'm walking. It's not a trot, it's a walk. Is it just one lap and done, or they can go however many times they want? Oh, that's awesome.
The regular season is now over in prep football. Among the Wednesday night games was the first meeting between Champlin Park and Maple Grove since 2014. A pink out tackle cancer night at Grove. First play from scrimmage in the game. Crimson quarterback Nate Elms pass over the middle, intercepted by DJ Miles. Miles makes a nice return, bringing it back 36 yards down to the Crimson 13-yard line. And the Rebels immediately take advantage of the turnover. On the next play, quarterback Jace Miller rolls out and hits Brock Johnson for a 13-yard touchdown pass. Champlin Park is up 7-0 very early. Up 10-0 later in the first quarter. It's Miller to Johnson again. It's another touchdown pass. This one from 19 yards. And the Rebels lead 17-0. On the ensuing kickoff, Crimson sophomore Micah Vey picks up the ball, darts up the middle, some good blocks, and then he gets to the outside and is gone. Vey goes 87 yards for a touchdown to get Maple Grove on the board. It's 17-7 after one. Same score late in the second quarter, and the Rebels, Devon Moore picks off a pass, and he will take this one all the way back. It's a 63-yard pick six for Moore to put Champlin Park ahead 24-7. They go on to win 31-15 and earn a #1 seed in the upcoming Class 6A playoffs. Osseo beat Blaine for its second win of the season in Week 7. The Orioles look to carry some momentum into Wednesday night's game at Centennial. Down 7-0, Osseo's Jake Kruder looks downfield for Roman Check, and Check hauls it in. Despite some pretty good coverage, it's a touchdown pass. The extra point ties the game at 7-7 in the first quarter. Centennial comes right back. Connor Zolk has a receiver open up the seam, and he hits Carter Anderson in stride. Anderson gone for the touchdown. The Cougars go back on top 14-7, what's destined to be a high-scoring game. Still in the first, Timothy O'Neill takes it on the sweep. Plenty of open space in front of him. O'Neill goes 40 yards for a touchdown for a 21-7 Centennial lead. They'd be up 28-7 at halftime. But it's far from over. Osseo's Kruder on the keeper gets in as the Orioles capitalize on a Cougars turnover to pull within 28-14. Following another Centennial turnover, Kruder connects with Jake Hill. He's down inside the Centennial 1-yard line after that completion. Kruder again scores on the quarterback sneak as Osseo is back to within 7 at 28-21. But the Cougars score twice more, and they pull away to hand Osseo a 42-21 loss. It's been a great season for the Benilde-St. Margaret's football team. They looked to improve to 8-0 on the season Wednesday night. John Hanks and the Red Knights ready to face Waconia. First quarter, after a muff punt by Benilde, Timothy Stapleton runs it in for a 6-0 Waconia lead. The Wildcats defense stifles Benilde in the first half. Benjamin Christians and Alexander Bartley get the sack. Waconia up 9-0 at halftime. Third quarter, Benilde's Joe Marinaro takes the pitch and fights hard to get to the end zone. The Red Knights cut the lead to 9-7. Benilde takes the lead in the fourth on a field goal, and then Dylan Rash makes a great catch on the pass from Nick Peterson. The Red Knights are up 17-9. But Waconia rallies with 12 seconds left. Jack Fritz makes an amazing catch for a touchdown, and it's 17-15. And then Stapleton scoots in for two, sending the game to overtime, and Benilde wins it on the touchdown run by William Petty. 23-17 the final. The Red Knights finish the season undefeated. At Hopkins, the Royals hosted Irondale. Watch the play here. The pass gets deflected at the line of scrimmage and right to R.J. Shakolas for the interception. No score in the second quarter. That turnover turns into points for Hopkins. Demetrius Patton runs it in from 6 yards out, and the Royals lead 7-0. Later in the quarter, another short touchdown run for Hopkins. Ricky Dixon on the carry and score. The Royals lead at 13-0. They go on to win big over Irondale, 54-13.